We begin tonight with the urgent search for survivors. Remarkably, these rescues still underway days after Hurricane Ian made landfall. Still playing out tonight. The staggering loss of life continues to grow tonight. At least 94 lives lost. The deadliest hurricane in Florida in modern history. Tonight, here new images from inside Hurricane Ian as it struck. This is Pine Island, an AccuWeather storm chaser there at the time. And then look at this. Afterward, the community of St. James at the tip of Pine Island, homes shattered, many structures simply wiped off the map. The Coast Guard still hard at work tonight since we first talked with them in the hours after Ian made landfall, still performing rescues across the storm zone where roads are simply impassable. And tonight, of course, those questions about mandatory evacuations and if they could have come any sooner, even just hours sooner, could it have made a difference? Senior meteorologist Rob Marciano leading us off from Fort Myers tonight.
Tonight, across Florida, the death toll from Hurricane Ian is rising. First responders combing through wreckage around the clock in hard-hit Lee County. Officials here say they've rescued more than 800 people, but they still don't know how many are still missing.
The death toll is up to 54. That's 54 more than I ever want to talk about here.
Listen to that roar!
New video from AccuWeather storm chasers shows what families that rode out the storm on Pine Island were facing. The pure fury of Ian's 150-mile-per-hour winds.
The water just kept pounding the house, and we watched boats, houses, we watched everything just go flying by.
Pine Island resident Joe Conforti overcome with emotion as he recounts coming face to face with a 10-foot wall of water.
We've lost so much at this point, so we appreciate you guys being here.
The island now cut off from the mainland. We jumped on a boat with Christopher Petro on Sunday. He's ferrying residents and supplies.
You don't have a generator, it's grueling. It's grueling. And then water, they need water more than anything.
Where do y'all think we're needed the most?
I would say St. James.
At the drop-off dock, we meet a group of trauma nurses and former military, there to lend a hand however they can.
There's no way of guessing what you're going to see, what you're going to run into. All we know is that we're here for it.
And tonight, signs of Florida strong. The folks at faith-based relief group Mercy Chefs got a tip that a local hospital needed water. When they brought some, they realized they had an opportunity to help even more.
Right now, Mercy Chefs is doing 6,000 meals a day into the 5 local hospitals.
With the death toll now the worst in modern history for Florida, Lee County's sheriff defending the decisions made about evacuations.
We were not in the cone. I am confident in our county manager, our leaders, our governor, all of us in law enforcement, that we got that message out at the right time.
But at least part of Lee County was always inside the cone of uncertainty up until landfall. And there were 8-foot storm surge forecasts since Monday. Officials issuing mandatory evacuations Tuesday. Some questioning if those could have been issued sooner.
We do know the cone was wobbling. It's so difficult for people to try to track this, knowing their own lives and how they're going to get their families out of there. It's so different from so many people. Rob with us now. And these are important questions, Rob, because every hour does matter when families are trying to make these plans, figure out how they're going to get out. We know it's a lot easier for some than others.
Yeah, everybody's personal situation, David, presents its different challenges when it comes to evacuations. And you're right. Every hour does count in that regard. And they're going to look into this deeply. NOAA, for one, is always looking to improve its messaging. And now that we're in this era of global warming, ocean warming, and when a hurricane, when it gets started, can become quite big and strong very quickly, that forecast cone, how it's communicated to officials and then to residents, well, that messaging becomes even more crucial, David.
Yeah, we were on the air with you, Rob, as it was doing its rapid intensification, as you point out, and it changes so quickly with so few hours left before it makes landfall. Lots to come on that in the coming weeks and months. In the meantime, Rob, along the East Coast at this hour, we know North Carolina, New Jersey, right up to New York, all still dealing with the remnants of Ian tonight?
Yeah, this is kind of some energy that's left over from Ian. It's not tropical, but it's causing some headaches across parts of the Mid-Atlantic, the Delmarva, and certainly Jersey. Coastal flood alerts are there for water being pushed in, rain being pushed in, and winds as well, not just today, but it looks like through tonight and through much of tomorrow. So windy, wet day. In some spots, there'll be some urban flooding. Again, this is kind of left over from Ian, but it's not tropical. That said, hurricane season is far from over. David?
All right, Rob Marciano leading us off again tonight. Rob, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.